inside the palace, has it?
The drone is in my car.
Okay. He's flown the pad from here, he's flown it along the drive and above. I don't know whether he's landed it inside.
No, I didn't land it. I just flew over the palace to do a bit of
and
nosy.
And still filming? You're a YouTuber?
GoPro, yes.
You're a YouTuber.
Are you a viewer?
What's your YouTube name?
You're a copper, so...
I am, yeah.
I'm just going to give you information without a reason.
Recording, is it?
Not the video, no.
No?
It will. Does it need to be, or?
No, it doesn't. So, well, what
basically,
did it do with you then?
I've flown over there. I've had a lot of hassle off the not these guys, but the other team.
You've been told not to fly here.
I've been told not allowed.
Yeah.
And I told them I'm allowed.
No, you're not.
So I did it.
No, you're not.
Over this because of the helicopters.
When officers show up at Hampton Court Palace, professionalism quickly disappears. Instead of addressing the situation properly, one immediately mocks the auditor by parroting his words, setting a confrontational tone from the start. He then wrongly declares a drone can't be flown over the palace, while his partner jumps in with a flimsy excuse about helicopters. The problem? That claim doesn't hold water. Hampton Court Palace isn't in restricted or no-fly airspace unless a temporary restriction is in place, and there was no evidence of one here.
It's not a no-fly zone here.
Yeah, yes it is. Yes.
Can you show me?
You got to look it up. It is on there. Go ahead and look it up.
I did all my due diligence before I got here.
Palaces, royals, and if the staff says no, it's
not about the staff saying no. It's about the law, my friend. Come on.
It is. It is. If they're saying.
So there's no fly zones like airport there, but we're there. There's nothing.
But it's if you looked it up, Hampton Court Palace, no fly zone. All right. So this is what we're gonna do.
I've checked.
Okay. Well, you can say that if you've checked or not.
There's no fly zone here, my
but
friend.
We're saying that it's not, and you know we've looked it up as well.
At this point, the argument has nothing to do with airspace. It's pure ego. The officer is shown clear, up-to-date information that completely contradicts his claim, yet he refuses to step back. That isn't enforcing the law, it's protecting pride. Instead of checking the facts or admitting he might be wrong, he digs in with a hollow "we've checked," as if saying it with confidence makes it true. And that's the real problem. When obvious, public information proves an officer wrong, but they still won't acknowledge it, trust in policing erodes. Drone rules come from the CAA, not from how forcefully an officer tries to assert himself.
So I don't look. It's a busy Friday night. All right, busy Friday night. We need to be out there. We're already stripped to a few units. Okay.
Right.
Right. If we can just get your name, we'll treat this as words of advice. Just please don't do it again. If the staff are here and all the other staff,
you should be educating them, saying he's allowed to fly over.
No. It's not allowed.
Them after.
We'll speak to
we
them.
just have to deal with you first.
But we are just dealing with you. I don't want this to go long.
You've told me it's a no-fly zone.
I don't want this to go on any longer. If we could just have your name.
But this is going to keep happening. If people come here to fly drones and these guys, not you, but if the team come out and say, can't do it.
We've already had the info done from our...
Can you tell me what legislation so I can check? Because I want to learn here.
No, we've told you that is your learning. You're not allowed.
That's not good enough, my friend.
Yes, it is. Because we're a police officer.
You're an officer.
We're telling you. Yeah.
That's not good enough.
All right.
When the auditor calmly asks for the legal basis of the officer's claims, he isn't being awkward. He's doing what any informed citizen should, asking for clarity. Instead of pointing to legislation or genuine airspace restrictions, the officer dismisses him and leans on the badge alone, as if authority is its own justification. But policing doesn't work that way. In the UK, every power must be rooted in law, and officers should be able and willing to explain it when challenged. Shutting down a fair question with, "because we've told you," isn't law, it's arrogance, and it shows a mindset built on ego, not service.
I need to know the legislation. I need to know the legislation that I've broken here, so I don't do it again.
It's completely up to you if you want to give us your details or not. Okay.
It's not about details, mate. Your colleague here. Yeah. The reason I hang around for police to arrive, and I didn't hang around, I was getting some food and I saw you and I thought I'd pop over, is so that I can see or know that the people who have restricted my legal activity today, the drone flying, get educated and say, look, he's allowed to fly. You may not like it, but he can do it, right?
Hampton Court Palace have said that is supposedly a no-fly zone. So obviously we've come with like the information that we've been told. I've read through and it says no-fly zones, obviously 5 kilometres from airports. This isn't an airport, but the grey area that we're trying to deal with is where they're saying it's a helicopter thing as well. So that's where we're a bit...
Usually helicopter pads are not a no-fly zone, but they're on here to tell us to obviously watch out for aerial traffic.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I haven't seen anything on, I'll show you what I look at. I haven't seen anything on the app at all
Okay.
It does turn yellow in a minute. There we go.
Yeah.
All that side there is, you'll see, Bushy Park.
Yeah.
The auditor is correct. In the UK, drone pilots must check live CA-approved apps like Drone Assist for restrictions. These platforms may show helicopter activity or advisory zones, but those are warnings to be cautious, not bans on flying. The law is straightforward. Unless you're in a flight restriction zone, near an airport, a military site, or under a temporary NOTAM, flying a drone is legal as long as it's safe and within visual line of sight. Helicopters in the area don't change that. Hey, the auditor checked his app, so no restrictions, and was fully entitled to fly.
Area of scientific interest, SSI.
Right, okay.
But I'm not in that. We're at the Palace, which is actually right bang in the middle.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, 100%.
There's nothing on there to say I can't fly, which is why I did it.
I think what they are just worried about is if there is suddenly a helicopter that needs to come, which, I mean, I know it seems like a bit far-fetched.
Right.
Okay, but just in case.
They didn't mention that when we had a
No,
talk.
of course, no, I understand.
They just mentioned everything else.
Yeah.
A wedding going on, other concerns.
So yeah, there is something about the privacy side of things as well, because if there's a wedding as well, maybe they don't want it.
I said to them, I'm going to stay very high to the people with the tiny dots. I've got no issue with what you've said to me, but your colleague saying it's a no-fly zone, it's not good.
Yeah,
because now they're going to be under the impression that they can restrict people flying.
Yeah, that's it. I'll speak to them after, obviously. I'll speak to them. I'll say what you've said to them.
Oh, she's back out. Hello.
Have you got it in? Sorry, do you mind just going over there, please?
I can do, yeah. I'm going to go, so I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, that's why we're trying to speak to them, and we'll speak to you. If you can just stand by my colleague, please.
All right. Sorry to interrupt. I haven't got all night, mate. Can we do it quickly, or?
I'm trying to get it done as quickly as possible. If you keep interrupting us, then obviously it's going to take a little bit longer. Give me 2 minutes, and then I'll be.
Can I just go?
We'll just have to explain one or two things, and then you can go. All right, because it's busy for us as well.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
I've been here a while. You spoke to you for an hour, didn't I?
It shouldn't be an emergency response, but if
what, you came on emergency?
Well, no, we're an emergency response.
Oh, right.
Team, all right.
Got it. Okay.
So basically, what they've said is, you know that you see those blocks right there to the left, just in front of the palace, that whole block there where the bushes.
This building.
Yeah, not the first bit here, but the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all like residential.
Okay.
Whereabouts were you flying it from?
I've flown everything, mate, but I'll be honest with you, this long building here,
it's
probably the one part I haven't really flown in there.
Okay, that's fine. It's just because you have to be 110 metres away from residential buildings as well.
No.
Yeah.
The officer claims the auditor can't fly within 120 meters of residential areas, but that's not just wrong. It's a complete misstatement of the law. The old rule was 150 meters, and even then it only applied to larger drones in higher risk categories like A2 or A3 under CAA regulations. The auditor is using a DJI Mini under 250 grams, which falls into the A1 subcategory of the open category. That classification specifically allows flights close to people in near residential, commercial, or recreational areas. Put simply, the officer isn't a little mistaken. He's applying outdated rules to a drone that is entirely legal to fly in this setting.
120 metres from residential areas.
Why does it say that? I'm not trying to catch you out. I know my legislation on it because I fly it, and I've never heard of that.
Drone and model aircraft code, points 3 to 9.
Yeah.
Fly below. And then there was fly below 120, which you said you were doing perfectly fine. No problem. And then there's a residential, commercial, 150 metres, sorry.
Okay.
Keep at least 150 metres away from.
My drone is small, so my drone is that.
Okay.
So go by that.
Okay, what drone do you have?
It's 249 gram. It's under 250.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, no problem. That's fine.
Is that been made clear?
His drone is under 250 grams, which that doesn't apply to. Good.
Mm-hmm.
So.
You saw the drone, right? It was a baby.
It's the weight, and the weight only. So if it's below, hang on. If the weight is 150, if the weight is 150, then it's above. Then all the license, blah blah blah, and all that. If it's less than, however, that supersedes if it has a camera. All right.
When the first officer returns, his dismissive tone comes back with him, alongside more misinformation. This time he tries to lean on drone law, but instantly undercuts himself by claiming the key weight limit is 150 grams. That isn't a small mistake, it's a major error. UK drone rules are built on weight categories, and the critical threshold is 250 grams, not 150. Getting such a basic fact wrong shows he doesn't understand the very foundation of the law he's trying to enforce, which makes everything else he argues impossible to take seriously.
Anyway,
It doesn't.
I'm not. I don't. I've got.
Come on, man. I do this every day.
I've got better staff.
You shouldn't have been called. I know they called you for a good reason.
To do. Just please.
With a good intention.
Don't do it.
But it's not a police matter, my friend.
Just go. It's not. I know it isn't.
If you're telling me not to do it, I'm allowed to do it. I am going to continue doing it. Don't tell me not to do it, man.
Okay, well, we'll be here then again.
You're wasting your time.
I am wasting my time. All right, thank you very much for
Why
your time,
are you being stubborn?
sir.
This officer's been
Goodbye,
great. What a rude... what's his number? 4198. There's no need for that, mate. No need.
You're making it worse. And
No, but you should be telling them that you should be telling them that we can't stop him.
All right. Me. I know.
He should know the law. This officer knows the law.
It's nothing to do with the
He knows the law.
Both of you, no, I'm the one teaching him, all right?
You're teaching him.
I am
Sorry.
separating
Yeah.
both parties because
No, I'm going to go. I'm
this
going
is
to go.
not
So
a
you're
police
teaching
matter.
him.
This moment captures the ego-driven mindset of the disrespectful officer. When the auditor fairly points out the contrast between the two officers, one grasping the law, the other floundering, the defensive one cuts in with, "I'm the one teaching him." It's not guidance, it's deflection. Throughout the encounter, this officer has been wrong on key points, misquoting drone weight limits, inventing restrictions, refusing to cite legislation, and mocking the auditor instead of acting professionally. So when his lack of knowledge is exposed, his instinct isn't to reflect or improve. It's to cling to authority by pretending he's a teacher.
I don't really have time.
Are you saying you're teaching him?
I'm separating both
That's
parties.
awful, mate.
I've spoken to you. I've spoken to them. I've already.
Do you know what I'm going to do now you've dealt with it?
I've already said your part to them.
Do you know what I'm going to do?
And
I'm going to make
I've already
sure that
said-
loads of people come here and fly drones because you need to educate them and say we're allowed to do it.
Well, if that amounts to harassment, then so be it.
No, not me, other
No,
people.
thank you. Yeah, it's a harassment court of conduct of 2 by anybody.
You're talking rubbish, mate.
Okay, well, if you believe.
Sorry, man, you've been perfect. This officer has a problem, and if he's teaching you, I feel bad for you, mate. You've learned a lot from somebody else, clearly.
What I
You
was
know, yes.
asking you was,
Yeah.
as a human being,
yeah.
we have children on site.
Yeah, I've got no issue with you.
Security breach. That's the only.
Of course I care about that. What did I say about that? I said I'm going to stay high, didn't I?
Yeah, I think they're just concerned about the safeguarding.
That's fine. I've got no issue with them.
When a worker raises concerns about children being nearby, the auditor answers calmly and reasonably, explaining he'll fly at a higher altitude to keep things safe and avoid disruption. That's exactly the kind of responsible approach the law expects from drone pilots, knowing the rules and applying them to reduce risk. But instead of recognizing that, the disrespectful officer takes another cheap shot, accusing the auditor of not caring. It's baseless and ignores the reality. The auditor had just shown clear intent to fly responsibly, fully in line with CAA guidance, which doesn't forbid flying near children but does require avoiding direct overflight and keeping safe distances.
They've been civil, they've been polite, they've been professional. They had concerns which were, in my opinion, a little bit... their concerns were a little bit unreasonable, what they were telling me, but they're not doing it on purpose. They're just trying to do their job right.
Yeah.
They call you guys for advice. You've turned up. I can't blame you for turning up because you don't know the situation until you get here.
Yeah.
But to tell me I can't do it and don't do it again is wrong, because I can come here tomorrow, or my friend could, and fly a drone here, and they should really go, oh, just ignore him, you can do it legally, right?
Yeah.
When staff are wrongly told that flying a drone over the site is illegal, that faucet doesn't stop there. It spreads. The next lawful pilot who shows up faces the same needless confrontation, built entirely on misinformation. That cycle fuels confusion, false reports, and wasted police time and public resources. This is how bad policing habits take root, not just through action, but through repetition. When an officer mislabels lawful conduct as criminal and no one corrects it, the claim hardens into fact. Staff enforce it, the public believes it, and soon perfectly legal activity is treated like a crime.